for me was in high school when kids excluded me. I was bullied, isolated, and rejected by my neurotypical peers. I wanted to have the same number of friends as everyone else, but it was difficult to pursue friendships. Nobody seemed to understand me. It hurt that people chose to exclude me because of my disability. People with disabilities are already going through challenges, and choosing to reject them only makes their challenges worse. In high school, I tried really hard to make friends with neurotypical people, but they only seemed to be an acquaintance with me or just a friend in school. This was not enough to satisfy my feelings. I wanted people to be friends with me outside of school too. I wanted to be just like everyone else in society and have friends that are true to me. Friends who wanted to hang out with me, contact me regularly, and invite me to parties. I really dislike it when people ignore me, exclude me, and talk behind my back. This happened a lot in my life. I was lonely a lot of times because people were unwelcoming to me and did not give me any attention. I wanted to have a good time with them too. Being lonely made me feel nervous, deprived, sad, bored, and scared. During high school, whenever I tried to make plans with certain people, they would lie to me or tell excuses to avoid hanging out with me. They would tell me I am too busy or I already have plans. I wanted to have honest people in my life who would never tell me excuses and would allow me to hang out with them. Whenever I was nervous and sad about what was going on around me, I seemed to twitch my neck a lot, which is the tic I have. The tic hurts and I have a hard time controlling it, especially when I am upset. I try methods to stop it, such as meditating and taking medication, but the tic does not stop permanently like I want it to be. The main cause of my tic is being stressed. Being excluded and left out is what upsets me the most. During high school, I experienced some emotional pain mostly every day due to the ways my peers treated me. Other challenges I had during high school due to being an autistic person included my tics, a condition called auditory processing disorder, which causes me to have trouble hearing or reading words clearly if my surroundings are too hectic, and difficulty paying attention in school. Having my autism and my challenges is not my fault. I didn't choose to be this way. I wish I was never born with these conditions to begin with. It is unfair that neurotypical peers neglected me and labeled me by my condition. My autism does not define who I am. I would rather be appreciated by my true character and not my autism. I am a fun, loving, and loyal person and would appreciate it if I am accepted the same way as neurotypical people when it comes to being social. Being excluded and neglected by my neurotypical peers held me back from things I wanted to accomplish. It affected me in a negative way. People should put themselves in my shoes and understand what it would feel like to have the same challenges as I do. I want people to understand that having a disability is not easy, and being neglected just makes their challenges worse. Since I have a mild disability and face problems, I am very sympathetic to people with disabilities that have more severe challenges than I do. They do not deserve neglect and exclusion either. People with autism and other disabilities are humans too. During high school, I really wanted things to change, but it was very difficult for me to be heard. I wrote an article for the school newspaper about being included, but I didn't make much of an impact. I am a very persistent person, and after high school, I continued to want to fight for my cause. I had a lot of support from my family and therapists. In November of 2018, I decided to write a teaching guide called how to be a good influence for people with disabilities. I want everyone to have the same social opportunities in life and not have to go through what I did in school. This guide was geared for children that gives tips and advice on how to include kids with disabilities in their life. Teaching children when they're young is best so they can learn how to include kids with disabilities in their life and form friendships. My guide was published by the NJACP, New Jersey Coalition of Inclusive Education, the day after my mom reached out to them to share it. They felt like it was a true meaning of inclusion. This is how I got my start. Autism New Jersey named me Ambassador of the Week in April, and the Asbury Park Press did a front page story about me and my guide. I went viral and has been heard as far as Australia. It's even been translated into another language and used in school in Latvia. In addition to my guide, I created a website called Tips for Inclusion, the number 4. I created a bunch of different resources, including tips for tweens, teens, and beyond, and the ABCs of disability inclusion. These resources can be used by anyone and easily be printed out as a resource for classrooms. I have been asked to speak at various schools, conferences, and events. My dream to end disability exclusion is becoming a reality. I feel like a brand new person. Revealing my autism and going public with my plea for inclusion has been the best thing that I have ever done. Thank you for asking me to be here tonight.